In 2014, PSD's Board of Education adopted aspirational district ends to guide our work as a system. These ends are foundations for success, success in a changing world, above and beyond, and connections. As PSD works to achieve the goals driven by the ends, we use a variety of means. One of these means is the Unified Improvement Plan, also known as the UIP. The UIP is a plan for school and district achievement that is required by the state of Colorado. Each year, PSD schools meet with their staff and communities to identify areas for improvement. Once these areas are identified, major improvement strategies aimed at boosting achievement are developed and implemented as part of the UIP. While UIPs are useful tools for our schools, the real impact of UIP major improvement strategies can be seen in our classrooms every day. Now, let's hear from a few of our principals with examples of UIP strategies in practice.
My name is Georgiana Dawson and I'm the principal at Johnson Elementary School. I would like to concentrate on our first School Unified Improvement Plan strategy, which would be a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We're really honing in on the guarantee piece, which is using our student assessment in order to drive our instruction. So guaranteeing the curriculum means to use student evidence to make sure that children have learned it. You would see teachers collaborating together about their assessments, figuring out what it is that they want to measure, what's important about that measurement, and then actually analyzing the results afterwards. And every day, the teachers have prepared a new quick check, and all the children come in and it's the first thing they sit and do. They get it done, they're eager to see how they did on it because it really denotes whether or not they've learned math. But those things are happening in all classrooms. What's exciting about it is that you can put your finger on learning. Learning is visible, and the children are also seeing their learning, and that's what's powerful because it's a transfer of what the teacher knows and to what children are actually learning and able to do.
My name is Debbie Ellis and I'm the principal at Dunn Elementary and IB World School. So our focus for our UIP has been writing, and the major improvement strategy that we're working on is meshing our resources with our units of inquiry. So our whole purpose is making sure that when we're teaching the writing, it's in a meaningful and relevant context. We take the time to collaborate on a regular basis, knowing what our units of inquiry are, as well as what's being taught within the resource. And as a result, we're able to give meaning to the types of writing that the children are doing and connect it to their units. And so the writing is so much more cohesive for them. Our students' engagement and truly joy for writing coming out. But recently what we have seen with the cohesiveness of what we're trying to do with writing, as well as giving children more choice within structures and within our units as well, they want to keep writing and they're really excited.
I'm Brett Larson, principal at Bolts Middle School. One of our major improvement strategies at Bolts deals with math. Specifically for us, it is dealing with measuring how students are doing in a progress monitoring way across the year so that we can accurately predict how those students will be growing over the course of 1 year at Bolts. Part of the progress monitoring that we do is these 6 week chunks of time where we monitor students' progress, but we also do a weekly assessment too. Every Thursday in every math classroom at Bolts, students take a small version of that assessment and they work on the pieces that they have the biggest struggles with. That assessment that we give on a weekly basis informs that student for their kind of 6 week chunk for progress monitoring and allows them to take charge of their own learning. One of the most powerful learnings that kids can have is when they have the information about their own learning and they use that to better themselves.
Hello, my name is Will Allen and I'm the principal at Fossil Ridge High School. One of the important strategies on our Unified Improvement Plan is the increase in least restrictive environment for our students with disabilities, giving them an opportunity to be in the regular ed classrooms the largest percentage of time possible so they have the opportunity to work with peers, learn with peers, and to be exposed to the best learning opportunities available. The most exciting part of that for me is when I'm in those classrooms that are being co-taught. We actually have a teacher from our Integrated Services Department working with a general ed classroom teacher, and it's wonderful to see two professionals working in tandem and they're handing off the lesson to each other at different times. In the real world, all of us have opportunities to work with people with different challenges, different disabilities that may present themselves not only in the workplace, but in the college setting. And I think it's important for our students with disabilities to have the opportunity to learn with their peers, collaborate with their peers, but also to interact in ways with projects and things with their peers in a regular ed setting that they wouldn't have otherwise. In essence, everyone's benefiting from two incredibly smart individuals teaching that class. And to see that on a day-to-day basis in math and science and language arts, I wouldn't ask for anything better than that.
My name is Troy Kratz, and I'm the principal of Poudre Community Academy. Probably the most important major improvement strategy that we have at PCA is improving attendance for all of our students. Our students have been predominantly disengaged from school for a few months up to a couple of years. So in order to be able to have them be successful in the classroom, we actually have to have them coming to school consistently. So to increase our attendance, we have a social worker graduation coach that is basically connecting with all the students and all the families to remove any barriers that they may have that is prohibiting them from coming to school. So if there's things going on with lack of transportation or things with daycare for other children in the home or so forth, then we're connecting them with services to make sure that that's not a reason why they're not coming to school. Then when they don't show up to school, that social worker is on the phone every single day, calling every single family of every single kid who's not in school, to make sure that we have that open dialogue about why they're not there, what can we do, can we come pick them up, what do we need to do to get them there, to make sure that they're in school. We basically refer to that as hugging them and bugging them until they just come to school, so we'll leave them alone. We want them to be actually come to school and understand that this is going to open more doors for them. So they may not think that they're going to go to college. They may not think that they're going to do such and such down the road, but if they don't come and finish school, then they'll never know that because that door is going to be closed on them.